Bryan is going through an apprenticeship program here, and it's just about coming to an end. So we're going to be reviewing his progress and see if he's going to be working at Right Choice or not.
Just got to this property. We previewed it last week, and now we're going to go over the market analysis, share some numbers with them, and let them know what we think this property can do on the market. How do you think they're going to take it?
I think they're going to be pretty happy with the results. It's a good time. Not a lot of competition right now, so let's go see what they got to say.
We actually went over a couple different options that the market has for them right now as far as pricing their home and putting it in a good spot on the market. And we discussed with them the pros and cons of each, and I think they've actually decided on how abouts they would like to go with this one. So I believe this home could be hitting the market within the next few weeks, and I'm really excited to put it there because somebody is going to love this property. Is that whereabouts you guys were thinking? Yeah. Numbers wise?
Yeah. So Kev did a really good job doing his comparative market analysis. Here, actually, we're going to be going through a probate process. So Kevin's going to be reaching out to their lawyer now and seeing where they are in the process and what exclusive maybe going on the market. Going to see.
Yeah, potentially exclusive here, and eventually going to be hitting the market. But this property has a lot, and I think it's going to be extremely competitive. So they're excited and we're excited. We just got a little bit more homework to do before we put it anywhere.
Today we are here doing another showing with some of my good friends Emily and Colton. My showing with Emily and Colton went really well. This house seemed to really fit their needs. It had a great big yard in the back, which is what Emily wants. And it had a huge kitchen, which is great for cold.
I'm gonna rate it a 7 out of 10, out of 10 scale. Lots of potential. We like the yard, we like the big kitchen, but we have some, as always, we have some questions that need to be answered.
I give it a 10. I love it. I only have 2 things I need in a house, kitchen and yard, and this place has it, and I'm sold.
They liked the house so much that we decided to write an offer on it. We were competing with about 11 other offers, and unfortunately, we did not get this one. One reason that it's been difficult for us to secure a home for them in particular is that they have a house to sell, which is very hard to get an offer accepted with a sale of property condition in it. So moving forward, we're going to have to discuss some different options and different avenues that we might be able to take in order to get them closer to their dream home.
But it's just getting uglier by the moment.
Yeah.
And I haven't even got her mortgage payout yet.
I did tell her to expect a payout probably around $50,000, maybe higher.
Okay. She's gonna sign everything there in a lawyer's office in Nova Scotia.
Just got off the phone with the lawyer regarding my situation with an elderly person being taken advantage of and having an excessive payment on the closing. So she's still gathering some information and seeing what that payment might be, as well as talking to the litigation lawyer to explore any options that my seller may have to go after these companies that put in some illegal contracts and obviously took advantage of somebody. So now I've got to go call my seller back. I actually spoke to her last night, and just keep everybody on the same page and see what anybody can do to try and help her get out of this situation.
I am back in Joe's basement trying to figure out how to be a carpenter. We got this wall up. This is the last wall to separate the bedrooms. I got this baby in. I had to make this funky, crazy cut up here to get around the pole, which was tricky. I'm not used to doing this weird stuff. Like a easy wall's easy, but doing all this weird stuff, I'm not used to it. So that worked out pretty good. I'm happy with that. The tricky part was building this wall around the furnace here because it's really tight. In fact, the wall's so close to the furnace that I had to turn these 2x4s sideways just to get a little bit of clearance behind the wall, which is good. And then, yeah, around the corner, we got this done right up close to the ductwork up there, which is nice. And this is gonna be our L shape where we're eventually, hopefully, if everything works out, gonna be putting in our wet bar. So far, so good.
Okay, have a good
All
night.
right, thanks, Heather.
Okay, bye.
Just got off the phone with the lawyer. The payout was actually really high. It was over $70,000, which is insane that somebody would do this. But the lawyers are actually working on it right now. They've already knocked down $15,000 off of them. So we're chipping away at it, and she's hoping to knock off even more before the closing tomorrow. But it's still not a good situation. I feel really bad for the seller and anybody else who's been taken advantage by these companies, because it is a terrible time and there's really not that much you can do about it.
Bryan has been with us now at Right Choice for a little bit of time, and he's been going through an apprenticeship program here where he has to put in a certain amount of hours before he's ready to trade, and we're getting very close to the end of the hours. So we're about to have a conversation about where we've been and where we're going. Recently, he finished getting his license, quit his full-time job, and started his apprenticeship here at Right Choice. We want to make sure Bryan and anybody moving forward is equipped with enough knowledge before they start trading.
It feels pretty good to finally get out there and start working with buyers and sellers. It wasn't like a homework style approach, it was like hands-on, being around, listening, and just taking a whole lot of notes.
One of the things that we had to work with Bryan was that to be your own boss takes a lot of hard work and dedication. And Bryan has been trying since he's been here, but there was a difference between his level of what he was used to and his trying and the standards that we have around here. And we had to have a conversation to see if these could meet and if this would be a fit for him moving forward. And he has recognized the difference between trying a little bit and trying a lot. And I hope that he can continue that momentum moving forward.
I think I certainly tried very hard. I don't think I tried my absolute hardest. There were some times when I should have taken things a little more seriously and probably pushed myself. The next steps for me are continue to learn here, talking with leads, and start building my business.
Just had a good heart-to-heart with Bryan. We're at the end of his apprenticeship time and we have some big improvements we got to make. Bryan's been trying and now it's about executing. And we had a good talk and hoping that he can go back to the drawing board, we can come back and make everything work.
Although this property had some very different situations and circumstances and a lot of things that we were unsure about down the stretch, it did actually close. We got to save her a little bit of money, and obviously when we sold the property, we sold it well over asking, so we made her a lot of money there as well. On the way to my preferred lawyer's office, and we're going to be bringing them a little bit of a gift. So a property just closed and we had some struggles with this one. She got looped into some really bad rental agreements and taken advantage of, and my lawyers really put in a lot of time and effort doing everything they could to help her. They actually shaved off, I haven't heard the final number, but at the last time I checked, there's about $35,000 that she would have been paying has been shaved off. So I'm really grateful that they can do that, and this is why I always want to send them a business, because it's for them, it's not just let's get the business and get it done. They really want to help the people. So I'm grateful, my seller's really grateful, so we want to go there and thank them for everything that they did.